I'll get right into the reason we're here. Today at 4:15 p.m., Hancock County Sheriff Calvin Gray was arrested in Shelby County. Sheriff Gray has been charged with one count of obstruction of justice. This arrest results from an ongoing investigation by the Greenfield Police Department, the Indiana State Police, and the Hancock County Sheriff's Department concerning misuse of government monies. During the investigation, Sheriff Gray was found to have called witnesses threatening their safety. Upon learning this information, a probable cause hearing was held in Circuit Court of Hancock County on today's date. The Honorable Richard Culver issued an arrest warrant for Calvin Gray, which was served by Hancock County Coroner Tammy Van Gundy. Currently, Calvin Gray is being held without bond. This is an ongoing investigation with more people to be interviewed in the next few days. These interviews may result in additional arrests. At this point, another suspect has been identified and is currently being investigated. This suspect is being cooperative and has been placed on administrative leave pending the results of this investigation. This investigation has been divided into two parts. I am currently handling the criminal aspects of this investigation. Major Andy Craig is handling the internal part of the investigation for the Hancock County Sheriff's Department. I'd like to let Major Hunt speak for a couple minutes or however long he needs to take.
In the absence of Sheriff Gray, Colonel Donnie Munden will assume command of the Hancock County Sheriff's Department. It is important to note that the day-to-day operations of the Hancock County Sheriff's Department will continue as normal. It is our goal that the citizens of Hancock County know that this matter is being investigated fully by members of the Hancock County Sheriff's Department, Greenfield Police Department, and the Indiana State Police. As further information becomes available, it will be released in a timely fashion. We will now entertain questions. At this time, just please understand that this is an ongoing investigation, and that may limit the scope of our answers.
Who's the other suspect, and what's their position within the department?
They are a deputy with the Sheriff's Department. At this point, we would like to keep from releasing his name.
But not arrested?
He has not been arrested.
Okay, what would his role have been in all of this?
At this point, I'm going to list him as a participant.
What do you mean calling witnesses and threatening?
There was witnesses called in an attempt to get them not to speak with us during the investigation. Okay, there was threats made of physical harm.
These are not witnesses in other cases, but would they have been witnesses within the department?
Yes.
So fellow officers were threatened?
Some fellow officers, yes.
Can you give us more details about the misuse of government money? What were these funds meant for, and how much money were we talking about?
I won't answer that at this time, okay, because that is an integral part of the rest of this investigation.
How hard has this been for you as officers?
It's been horrible. I mean, we've all worked with him.
For a lot of years?
A lot of years. These two gentlemen work with him in the same building. So you can only imagine how hard it is. I mean, you're going out and arresting one of your coworkers. So.
What prompted the investigation?
Just before you go on, I'd like to add to that point. I'm Dean Dobbins, prosecuting attorney, and speaking of how difficult it may be, I want you to know that following the probable cause hearing, I filed a motion for special prosecutor, and a special prosecutor has been appointed. That's Dan Ziegler, S-I-G-L-E-R, who's a senior prosecutor up in Whitley County, who will be handling the prosecution of the case and any other charges that may be filed hereafter arising out of this same matter. Okay.
So you anticipate more charges relating to the misuse of public funds?
Yes.
It's interesting that you would arrest him on a Friday and then hold him over the weekend on no bond. Why didn't you wait till Monday? Or why didn't you arrest him yesterday?
I don't think there was any intentional act on timing. It unfolded in the last few days. I first learned about it yesterday, late afternoon, and so it was quite by accident that this occurred. The reason there was no bond, the state actually requested as a condition of a bond that there be a mental health evaluation. The court felt because of the scope of the evidence that he should not release Mr. Gray for his own safety as well as others.
A mental health evaluation for him?
That's what I requested as a condition of bond. The court did not act on that other than to allow no bond.
What's your concern?
I don't want to state anything further at this point in time.
Do you have copies of the probable cause that you get?
There was no probable cause affidavit. There was a hearing.
Okay.
And that was partly timing and preparation because of the threats that have been alluded to and mental health concerns. We decided it was most prudent to act quickly, and that's what we did.
How many were threatened approximately? Is there a ballpark or a number?
We can't answer that yet because we're still in the process of interviewing people. There may be people that have been threatened that we're not aware of. I
How many
don't know
names?
that that's the case. At this point, one for sure.
Tammy, you made the arrest today. Can you tell us what the demeanor of the sheriff was? What was?
The sheriff was very cooperative with us today, and it was just a very humbling moment for all of us to where we were all very, just, I can't tell you, it was just a moment where we did not want to do this.
Where was the arrest made?
In Shelby County,
What location?
the live casino, Indiana Live Casino.
He was there for a function, an event? or
I'm not sure
something
what he was there
personal?
for.
I'm going to ask you, and I don't know if you can answer, but it's got to be asked. He's accused of taking money from the department. You arrest him at a casino. You have concerns for his mental well-being. Is this a gambling issue?
I have nothing in my investigation to show me anything to do with gambling.
Okay.
Tammy, did he make any comments to you?
No, ma'am, he did not.
He remained silent?
He
Didn't
was
say
just
anything?
very cooperative.
But he knew this was coming? No?
Bud knew Calvin Gray knew that the investigation was going on. I don't believe he knew that we were coming with a warrant for his arrest.
What has this done within your department for all of you?
Right now, it's stressed a lot of officers out. You know, it's going to be a black eye in the community. It's going to be a black eye for the law enforcement. It's going to be a huge black eye for the Hancock County Sheriff's Department, which has a lot of good officers.
Do you want to also comment?
Just to reiterate what the chief said, the Sheriff's Department is a very professional organization. I'm sure this is the toughest day of my career, and but we will go on. Like I said earlier, we're going to continue to provide the services that the citizens of Hancock County deserve, and we're going to move forward with that. Yes, sir.
I'd like to make one other comment. I think it's appropriate. The State Board of Accounts has been contacted, and there will be further investigation by them. And so I want to make you aware of that fact for the reason that it may be an ongoing investigation for quite some time as a result of that. But that is part of the investigation that will be undertaken. Okay.
And he goes to court on Monday
Probably Monday afternoon.
here?
Yes, at Hancock Circuit Court.
Monday. Do you know how, I know you can't say a whole lot about the public funds, but the time frame involved with that? Because, I mean, there's obviously some history in this county going back to, I think, June of 2009, is it? I didn't know if there's anything related to that, or if this is a fresh time frame from...
I think it goes back to April of '09 through August the 6th of 2010.
When do you expect this mental health evaluation to be performed?
Soon.
Do you expect it to be done over the weekend in the Hamilton County Jail, or when he returns here by a private physician in a hospital? Will he be taken to Methodist, or what?
Perhaps, it may be. I really can't speak to the detail of that. We've done this before. We've done it as recent as within the past month on a criminal defendant on a condition of bond. So that happens. It's largely dependent upon who's available as a psychiatrist or psychologist to do the examination and when. So it'll depend on their schedule when that may take place. Hopefully it will be over the weekend.
So he's not a flight risk necessarily?
No, not at all. That's my opinion.
He's not a flight risk.
And he has young kids.
Yes, ma'am.
How long has he been sheriff?
Been sheriff for 3.5 years, ma'am.
But with the department for a long time.
Been with the department since 1978. I think he's in his 34th year, 76, 34th year.
I was prosecutor in 1975 to 1978. He came with the department during my term, first time.
Anything else you guys want to?
Appreciate you guys coming. You know, it's a bad day. But really, that's all we've got to share. And like Joe said, if we come up with more information, we will contact you guys. Okay, I mean, we want to be out in front of this. We want to be open and honest as we can be.
I do want to reiterate that any request for interviews, anything to do with the media, needs to either go through Chief Jester or myself. Because we're the two individuals that are going to be handling that.
Okay, can we have phone numbers for
Yes,
both
we have
of you?
cards.
Okay, great,
Yeah.
thank you.
Any other questions?
Has he already been taken to the Hamilton County Jail?
Yes, sir.
Transport.
Has he been received up there, or do you know for sure?
Yes, he has.
Yes, he is.
He has? Okay.
Who's taking over as sheriff again?
I'm sorry?
Who's taking over as sheriff?
Colonel Don Munden,
Is he,
Mundeen.
is he in the building somewhere?
No, sir, he's not. He's taking care of some other affairs.
Would Mr. Gray be kept in a separate cell from everybody else, just for safety? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.